The former Deputy Prime Minister and now Nationals backbencher Michael McCormack, who joins us from beautiful Wagga Wagga. Michael, welcome back to News Breakfast.
Thanks, James.
How are you feeling this morning?
A little bit chilly, James. It's early. It's 2 degrees Celsius, but look, I'm feeling good. I love my job as the member for Riverina. That's my first and foremost job. That's why I was elected and sent to Canberra to be a strong and powerful and passionate voice for the people of the Riverina, and that's what I'll continue to do.
Did you have much of a discussion with David Littleproud about why you were being dropped? I mean, it had been foreshadowed in the media about a week earlier.
Yeah, and that was a little bit disappointing. It would have been nice to hear a week ago, but instead of reading it in the papers. But look, that's life, that's politics. We move on. And yes, we had a discussion yesterday, and he talked about generational change. And look, it's his prerogative that he has the ability as the leader to pick the team that he wants, and he's done that. I accept that.
A lot of the people are about the same age as you, so the question around generational change is sort of...
Couple older.
Couple older, okay, there we go. So were you surprised at that reason put forward?
Oh, well, look, it is what it is, and I accept that he's the leader. He gets to select who he wants to be in the shadow ministry, and Barnaby and I will sit up the back and we'll do the best that we can do for New England and Riverina respectively, and we'll continue to contribute both at a local and a national level, I'm sure.
I might come back to you and Barnaby sitting up the back.
I'm disappointed.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'll come back to that in a sec. I mean, just during the very brief coalition split, this is pretty well known, you pushed for reunification with the Liberals, your electorate, neighbours with Susan Lee, your friends, you spoke to her. Do you think you were punished for that?
Yep. You'd have to ask David Littleproud that, but I thought it was important to get the two parties back together as quickly as possible. We shouldn't have split in the first place. Last week was a very messy week, and when, honestly, there are people with their houses underwater and now they're cleaning mud out of their homes. And I know Alison Penfold and Pat Conahan were doing everything at a local level to help with that situation. But it looked messy, and people out in Voterland must have just looked and thought, what on earth are those people doing, navel-gazing, talking about themselves? And I know, look, it was important to get this done and to get past this, and hopefully we have. The two parties are back together. Yes, and I did reach out to Susan Lee, no question at all, because she is a neighbour, as you say. She's a friend, she's a colleague. The Liberals and Nationals have been very good, very, very good for decades, and it was, I thought, madness that we separated, but it's taken a week, we're back together, and thankfully that is so.
One of your colleagues, Colin Boyce, claims that Mr Littleproud misled the Nationals party room. Do you agree with him?
Well, we weren't told everything that went on between Susan Lee and David, and that was, I suppose, a thing that David chose to do. I mean, there were a couple of aspects. Quite frankly, I think it would have been nice for the party room to have been told about the policy areas that were being taken as part of the coalition agreement. I appreciate nuclear divestiture, USO, and the regional fund were very important for the people we represent, but I think there could have been some other things on that list which could have been taken as part of the coalition agreement. I've been involved in coalition agreements in the past, certainly with Scott Morrison, both in August 2018 and certainly after the 2019 election. But look, David decided to go down that path. We have those 4 items in principle with agreement. The Shadow Ministry will now get on with the job of forming a credible opposition to what I think is a bad government.
I didn't think I'd see a day where you and Barnaby Joyce were sort of in pretty strong agreement on a lot of things. Do you think that Mr Littleproud's leadership has been irreparably damaged by this?
Well, to be fair, Barnaby and I have always agreed on policy, and you'd be surprised. I mean, we had a lovely dinner there not that long ago, maybe last year in Canberra, where the tongues were wagging on the table next door, let me tell you.
Dinners aside, has Mr Littleproud's leadership been damaged irreparably by this?
Oh, well, time will tell about that, and certainly it will, but Barnaby and I have always been together on policy, and David and Barnaby and I have always been together on policy, and we'll fight hard for the interests of regional Australians. That's what Nationals do. And look, we won all of our lower house seats at the last election. That's 6 elections in a row. Other parties could learn a thing or 3 from us, under 4 leaders too, I might add.
Do you expect, on the leadership, do you expect to lead the Nationals again?
Well, look, you never say never. You don't. And I'm not going to draw a line through my name because that would be silly. But look, it's up to the party room. It's the gift of the party room. I've always accepted that. I had the great honour of leading the party for 3 and a bit years and being the Deputy Prime Minister at the same time. A truly great honour, one that I'll cherish. But if it comes to pass that the party decides that I'm the one to lead them again in the future, well, so be it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're open to it. Just on policy, before I let you go, you're a backbencher, you can speak your mind now. Should your party continue to support net zero emissions by 2050?
I think we need to have a very serious discussion about that. When I go to places such as Crookwood, Bynalong, Gunning, where they've got huge wind towers, Bounding is another place, huge wind towers. They've done their heavy lift as far as making sure that they put these massive turbines up. The solar factories that are bobbing up all over, taking up valuable arable country, farmland. I think regional Australia has done its fair share, and I think we need to revisit that, given the fact that the world, indeed America and other countries and other political parties in other nations have really revisited this net zero. I think the Nationals will do the same.